Hello, this is Mr. Collier, and today we're looking at line of best fit and how to find the mean point on your GDC. So here we have a data set of heights and weights of players on a football team. Alright, so we're going to look at a couple of these questions, and we're going to look at the graph and try to do a line of best fit. Are the variables categorical or quantitative? Well, they're quantitative. Okay, because we have quantities in here for height and weight. So it's quantitative. What is the dependent variable? Well, weight depends on height. So in general, taller players will weigh more in general. So this will be the dependent variable, and this would be the independent variable. And often we use on our graphs, we use independent as x and a dependent as y. So when we graph this, the height is going to be on the horizontal axis and the weight is going to be on the vertical axis. What would the scatter diagram look like? Well, I'm guessing we're going to have height down here and then weight. So as we get taller people, they'll generally weigh more. So it'll probably look something like this. As height increases, weight will increase. Alright, so let's take a look at it actually. So here's the actual graph, and so as I predicted, as the height increases, weight increases, we have this kind of relationship right here. Is called a positive correlation. Maybe a moderate positive correlation or a strong positive, maybe moderate. It's hard to tell for sure. Now we're going to draw a line of best fit, okay, but it's very important that we draw a line of best fit through the mean point, okay? So if you get the average of all the x values and the average of all the y values, we'll get a mean point right in the middle somewhere. I'm going to probably estimate it's right here, and then draw a line through the points with an equal number of points above and below the line. So we need to go through the mean point, and we'll need to calculate exactly what that mean point is. You could add up all the x values and then divide by the number of x values and do the same for the y. But I'm going to actually type these values into the calculator, and I'll show you how it calculates it for you. So what we need to do is go to Stat, Edit, and we're going to type the data into L1 and L2. If you have stuff in there already, just press Clear, Enter. I'll go up to L1 here and press Clear and Enter. At this stage of the game, be very careful to type in every point correctly, or you'll get everything else wrong. So let me type in this data, 193. So I'm just typing in all the x values first. There are 18 x values, so it's going to take quite a while. But also take your time and make sure you don't make any mistakes. Okay, now I've got all the data typed in, and make sure you double check your data as well. Make sure there's no mistakes. And so I've got all that in there. I want to find the mean point so that I can draw my line of best fit. So what we do is we go to Stat, go over to Calc, so you can press over on your the right arrow on your calculator. And we need to go down to two variable statistics because we have two variables. Press Enter and make sure this says L1 and L2. If there's a frequency in here, just press Delete because there's no frequencies involved in this. And then we're going to press Enter. Okay, so the symbol for the mean of the x values is x bar. Okay, so let's write that down. It is 187. I'll use 187. So it's 187 is the mean of the x values. 187 is approximately 187. The mean of the y values, you'll have to scroll down, and there it is. It's 88.4. Okay, 88.4. I use 3 digits for each of those. And remember, the x values are in centimeters, so I can write centimeters here. And the y values are in kilograms, so you can write that. Okay. So the average height of these people is 187 centimeters. the average weight of these people is 88.4 kilograms. Okay, so our mean point is the point 187, 88.4. And I like to use a different color or maybe an X to indicate the mean point. So 187 is going to be about here, 88.4 maybe about there. If it's a bigger graph, you could be a bit more accurate. So when I draw my line of best fit, it should go through the mean point. Now don't go making a line like right here, okay, because you'd have the same number above and below, but it's not really following the trend of the point. So we need to make our line like this. Now, if I had a ruler, I could do a lot better job of this, but I think I'll go through like that. That looks like a pretty good line of best fit. Your line of best fit should go from about your first point to your last point. Okay, you don't need to go on any farther beyond that. If you go any further, you'll be extrapolating. So for your line of best fit, you just need this amount.